everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today's topic is about empathy. This word empathy is such a beautiful word. It's so beautiful that this is what we need most now in around this earth, around this world, to actually tie up the entire world with empathy. This is what we need because we're losing out on it. I'm very sad to say that we're losing out on a lot of empathy. We need to be more empathetic towards people. So my question to all of you is, how do you treat your house help? Do you treat the house help with love, with compassion, with a lot of empathy? Do you do that? Or are you always at war with the person because he is not working well? Why I'm asking you this is, I'm going to tell you in a bit. But then let me start by telling you about my grandmother, my mother's mother. My mother always used to say that before they had their meals, their lunch or their dinner, her mother would always serve meals to the house helps. And my grandmother had around 6 to 7 house helps, and I remember all of them would be served their meals beforehand. I remember this as a little girl because when I used to go for my winter holidays to my grandmother's place, I would always notice that they were served before we were served our meals. And Mom used to always say that, if we wanted to have something nice, no, we were not allowed to have that, because my mother would always serve them the best of the best pieces, whether it's meat or any other things. They would always be given the best stuff. So this is how I have seen my grandmother, and this is how I've grown up seeing my grandmother. So even my mother followed the same kind of rules. I remember when we used to have house helps in both our homes, at the quarter and in our 6-mile home, and she used to always serve them before we had our meals. So this was a kind of rule we had in the house, and this was like it was like a habit with all of us that we had to wait till the time they finished, and then we would be served our meals. So when I had my house help, Saleha, when she came in during Tyrus's childhood, and I remember I used to always call her to have lunch or dinner with us, and we used to always tell her, come and join us on the dining table. But she would be very shy. She would always prefer to have her meals alone, or once we go away from the dining table, she'd probably have it there. So, but then when we used to have our driver around, we used to have a Zylo before, one of our commercial cars, and then the driver would come in, and we'd always invite him to the table to have the meals with us. And he would gladly come and join us for dinner or lunch. And why I asked you a question in the beginning of this video was, how do you treat your house help? Do you treat your house help with love, compassion, and empathy, or are you at war? So why I asked you this is because a month back, I actually saw this lady who I was sitting with, and she had kind of asked her house help to get something, and then this person was a little late. He was a little delayed in bringing in the thing, and the lady scolded her house help really badly, and I felt very bad about it. I felt the humiliation of that person, because the person looked at her and there was a kind of a remorse in his eyes, and it was not a nice feeling, because she did that in front of so many other people, and he must have felt very humiliated. Because let us try and understand that though they come in to help us, because we are incapable of certain things. We cannot do certain things. Yes, I have to tell you the word incapable, because we cannot do all those things on our own. But however, after Saleha has left, I have been doing everything on my own, so there's no point. I just have a lady who comes in during the day, and she does the cleaning and the sweeping. So I treat her with a lot of respect, and she has been in my home for the past 20 years, and she's been a very trustworthy person, and she has been somebody, even when I did not have my child, I did not have Titus, she would come and pray. She would sit next to me, she would pray, she would bring in different medicines for me to have, and she would do all kinds of things, so that she got very worried, because when I was not having my child for around 8 years, she got really worried. Like, she was like a mother figure for me. She still is there with me. Of course, she still is there with me. I shouldn't be using the past tense, but then what I'm trying to tell you is that when you treat your house help with a lot of respect, you get back a lot of respect, because behind your back they're going to speak a lot of ill. They're going to speak really filthy about you when you treat them badly. And don't think that just because you're paying them that you are the master and they are the servant. It's not like that. Let's treat them equally. Let's treat them with respect, because when you treat your house help or anybody who comes to help you in the house with a lot of respect, that person is actually sent to you in the guise of what should I say? I am not a very religious person, but I would like to use this word, in the guise of an angel. So let us treat these angelic persons with a lot of respect and regards and empathy. This word, we must keep it in mind that this word must be ingrained in our system. Empathy, empathetic. This word should be ingrained in our system, because this is what we need to teach our children as well. Because when they see us doing these sort of things, then what happens is, this is exactly what they will be doing with their house helps as well. So when I saw my mother and my grandmother doing those beautiful acts of kindness, I have followed the same thing as well. I have never mistreated or ill-treated or manhandled or done anything to humiliate a house help. Never ever. So I might have got a little angry or something, and I might have raised my voice, but I said sorry to my house help again. So that I said, I'm sorry, I raised my voice, and it's okay to say sorry, even to your house help. That does not make you any smaller. It will make you a person who has got a very large heart, and that house help is really good to that person is going to be with you for life. Because look at this person who I have with me, this lady who I have with me, working with me for the past 20 years, and she's been there. Even though she's absent for 15 days, I know she's going to come back, and I know why she's gone, and she probably has some work with her daughter and her daughter-in-law, and she's got a big family, and so I know that she's going to come back, and she's very trustworthy. She takes the keys, opens the door, comes in, cleans up, and then leaves when I'm not around. So imagine how trustworthy she is. For the past 20 years, I've not lost a single thing. So if you actually love your house help, you don't actually lower yourself, and you don't think they are going to start dominating you. It's not like that. It doesn't happen like that. They are actually very humble, very down-to-earth people, and if you are going to love them, you are not going to become a small person. You are going to become a very wonderful person in the eyes of everyone, because that person is going to carry that message across to the family, to his or her family, and you see, the kind of person that you are is going to spread. If you're a very loving person, it's going to spread around, and it's not just going to spread around the family, it's going to spread around in the entire area as well. But as soon as you're crude, rude, you are cruel to your house help, this is also going to spread. And what I saw in that woman was not any kind of liking for that person, because she did not have any like. She just simply had this feeling that I have paid you, you have not come on time, you have not delivered what I have wanted on time, and she humiliated this person, the house help, right in front of other people who were standing around her. So that I found very degrading, and I found it very demeaning to humanity, because we keep talking about humanity, we keep talking about love, and we keep talking about so many different things. I talked about the word empathy. So when we talk about all these words, and we make these a kind of everyday use, we make these words like as if they are part of our vocabulary, then let's make that a practice, that we can actually practice empathy. We can actually practice being compassionate to people we don't know, who's not part of our family. We just don't need to treat people in the family very well. We also need to treat our house help with a lot of compassion. Here I must end the video by telling you one thing, that when I remember my husband said one thing, that in this house, when I first came in, he said that in this house we will not discriminate with the house help. We will not have extra or different plates for them, different glasses for them, different cups for them. We are not going to do that. They are going to use the same cutlery that we use, the same things that they are also going to be served the same food that we eat. So it's all about equality. So you see, we also have this in the house, that we treat our house help with a lot of respect. And so I think it's we should do this, because they're also humans. They deserve the best. They deserve a lot of love and attention. And who will they get it from? They are doing whatever work they're doing at our places for the money that they need to give back to their families. And it doesn't mean we're going to humiliate them just because we're paying them. It doesn't mean that at all. So I thought I should bring this video to you in case you feel that you should share this video with others as well, who are people who need to listen to this video. Please do share it, because I want this message to go far and wide, so that people don't treat their house help with disdain or with cruelty or with humiliation. They should be treated with respect, with love, and with empathy.